Hey, what's up, you guys? Long time no see. So, I am going to be testing my blood sugar right now. This is 2 hours after I had dinner. You guys might be like, why are you testing your blood sugar? Well, here's the thing. I had to go to a new doctor because that's a whole. My old doctor passed away. By no fault of his own, obviously. And so I had to sign up for a new doctor, which we'll get into when I feel like telling that story. But so I signed up for a new doctor, and I'm cleaning my finger with a alcohol swab. 70% isopropyl alcohol. I have been doing this because I wasn't cleaning my finger before when I was doing blood sugar testing, and I've just added this into my regimen now because I hate this part. That one hurt. So my doctor passed away. I had to go to a new doctor. The new doctor is okay, 183, but she's not like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, there's a whole story time that I could go into about how awful she was. And I don't know if she was necessarily like not a great doctor, or it was just me being sensitive. Which, I'm open to that. I'm open to the fact that maybe I was just being too sensitive. But anyway, I'm waiting for Nick to get out of work, and he's off work in 3 minutes. So I'm gonna end this intro right here, but we are gonna be doing a week of me vlogging little snippets of my trying to get my fasting numbers down to where they should be. And I will do a whole clip probably tomorrow or next week, where I talk to you guys about what's been going on and stuff, because it's going to be a fucking journey. I can already tell you that. It's going to be such a journey to try to get this number back down to where it should be. And I can explain why and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's going to be crazy. So I will see you guys in the next clip. And yeah, I'll show you guys some of what I'm eating. I'm back on like my diet grind, like my healthy eating grind. But as everybody knows, healthy eating looks very, very different depending on who you're talking to. And for me, it's about convenience, ease of making meals, and still enjoying the food that I eat, because I do like food, as you can tell, but I do enjoy food. I am definitely I like to enjoy my meals. I like to look forward to my meals. So we are going to get into all of that, and I cannot wait to take you guys along on this journey with me, and hope that I can just do weekly vlogs once a week and put them up on Saturday like I was doing before, and hopefully get back on doing our podcasts and stuff. I have taken down, oh my god, I'm bleeding everywhere. I have taken down all my eBay listings, and now I'm putting everything back up because I went ahead and reorganized everything. So we are in crunch time for that, because I need that money for my bills and things. But other than that, thank you guys so much for being here with me, and I will see you guys in the next clip. Bye, guys. Hey, what's up, you guys? So I already started this video a while ago, and I told you guys I was going to come and I was going to tell you all of what has been going on and what has been happening, and that's what this part of the video is going to be. If you hear clicky clacky sounds, Nick is playing a video game, and it's his day off, and he's entitled. So I wanted, and he's also alive, just so everybody knows. Proof of life. There he is. Proof of life. It's been a minute. It's been a few months. It's been a few months since we have been on the internet. I'm hoping that we're going to start getting our stuff going a little bit more, like get back into doing the podcast and stuff like that. But that is not what this video is about. So I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's been going on with me health-wise. And we're going to have to go back. We're going to have to go back to August of 2024. When I am filming this, it is April of 2025. So in August of 2024, me and Nick were going to the same doctor. Nick went to this doctor on August, I think it was like the 5th or 6th. And then I had an appointment on like August 9th. And between those 2 or 3 days, he died. The doctor died. So, this doctor had... Okay, so my A1C when I started going to him was 7.4. And, he had me on Trulicity once a week, 5 milligrams of glibazide twice a day for my diabetes. I'm not going to go into my other prescriptions because they don't matter. And then 10 milligrams of glibazide twice a day and the Trulicity 1.5 milligram once a week. So, or ml, or whatever it is, because it's a liquid. But, so he had me on that. My A1C was 7.4. Went back to him a second time, so that was pre-August. So, went back to him a second time. My A1C was 7.5, so up just 0.1. So, he dropped me down to glibazide 5 milligrams twice a day and 3 milligrams of Trulicity once a week. So, that is what I have been on since, like, pre-August of last year. And then I saw another doctor at like the tail end of last year. I think it was in October, November. It wasn't, I'm going to say doctor. I'm going to use doctor as an interchangeable term. They're not doctors. They're like physician's assistants, nurse practitioners, things like that. I'm going to call them doctor because they are my primary care physician. So I saw one that was filling in for him because I liked the practice and I liked the medical assistant and the staff, the front desk staff and stuff. So I saw the doctor that was filling in for him. Really did not like that doctor at all. I felt like he was very dismissive and he was just kind of like, yeah, just whatever you were on. And then he wanted me to take a supplement. And then when me and Nick looked it up when we came home, it had like a lot of adverse things. And I was just like, yeah. And so when I had to make another appointment, the front desk lady was like, do you want to stay with this practice and just wait till we get another doctor, or do you want to go to a different practice? And I decided I wanted to stay with that practice. So I had an appointment with the new doctor in, I think, oh my gosh, when was it? March? Maybe it started in like February or March. And I went to her. She looked at I got my blood work done. She looked at my A1C and everything. My A1C has gone up to 8.7. Now, admittedly, for the last like Christmas, January, February, I wasn't really like the tail end of February. I was not watching my diet. And this is me 100% admitting the fact that I was just kind of eating whatever I wanted, taking my medications like I should, but I was just not at all paying attention to what I was eating. So then early January, I went to the new doctor and she was like, okay, this is what I want you to do. Stay on the medications you're on. And then we are going to, stay on the medications that you're on. And then we're going to test your blood sugar for 2 weeks, come back and let me know how you're doing. So I did that. I tested for 2 weeks. This was in the early March. Tested my blood sugars for 2 weeks. They were very high fasting. Like one was like over 200 fasting. And went back to her. She's like, oh, these numbers are really high. Like, let's get you on. And this is where it all went wrong. This is where everything went wrong. So I saw her the first time. She said, come back in 2 weeks with your numbers. Came back with my numbers. Now, admittedly, like the first week, I was not watching what I was eating. But the second week on there, I started watching what I was eating. I took my Trulicity shots. I was doing low carb, high volume, which I'll explain a little bit more about that later because I've been continuing that diet. But I was doing low carb and I was really trying to watch what I was eating the second week. And the second week, on my 5 milligrams of glibazide and my Trulicity, the second week my numbers were like one morning was 100 when I woke up. Everything, she said, as long as you're under 130. Everything was under 130. There was like 1 or 2 days it was like 132, 133 or something like that. But everything was right where she wanted it. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go into this appointment and she's just going to say, okay, keep taking what you're taking. Let me send in your refills, right? Because my numbers were really, really, really doing really well. I shouldn't think is my first problem, but go in to see her, give her the number. She's like, oh, your numbers are really doing really well. And she goes, but I think we can do better if I change you to Januvia and Trulicity, and we drop the glibazide completely. So I'm like, okay. And I was a little bit surprised because, like I said, my numbers were doing so well. So I was like, okay. And because she said glibazide's an older medication, it's not as effective as it once, and some stuff like that. And I said, okay, that's fine. So she sends in the prescriptions for the Januvia and the Trulicity, and a day or two later, they call me, oh, your insurance denied both of them. I'm thinking it's because of the cost, like maybe something changed in the new year with the Trulicity, they don't want to cover it anymore, so I'm like, alright, what are we going to do? So then, she goes, I'm going to send you over insulin. You're going to take a fast-acting before every meal, depending on your blood sugar, via sliding scale. And a slow acting every night, you're going to take 12 to 15 units. So I'm like, not real excited about that, having to take, but I've done this to myself, so I'm just kind of like, okay. They can't get the insulin approved either. So it's been like a week of me fighting with them to get these prescriptions, fighting to try to get the insulin. So I finally just start taking my glibazide again because I've stopped taking it thinking I was going to get these prescriptions and my numbers are so out of whack. So I stopped taking the glibazide. I stopped it and then I started taking it again. Then I get the insulin and I'm used to like, okay, I'm on the insulin now, so I'm going to be fine. Like every other time I've done severe restrictive dieting, and I've done, not restrictive, but you know what I mean, like a change of diet. Whenever I've done these things, it's been, my numbers have gone down within a couple weeks, and it's been great. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that last week, Connor's dad came out to visit. I think that had a lot to do with my numbers. And at first I was like, oh, this is why my numbers are so high. Because we're talking like 180. This is with taking insulin at night, with taking insulin before meals. 180 fasting, and then like 282 at one point after a meal. That was. And I had Nick with me. I had Connor's dad with me. I had my mom with me. Like, that was a very low carb meal. And my blood sugar's like crazy after. To the point where I'm like upset. And then people are saying like, don't get upset, because if you get upset, that raises your blood sugar. But it's like a vicious cycle of being upset and not being upset and trying to just live your life. So I thought that last week was kind of like owning it up to the fact that I was eating at different times. I was eating different places than I usually would. I am trying to eat more at home, trying to eat just more at home. Last week I was just kind of like, I'm just going to eat more at home. I'm going to try to not eat bread when I go out. I'm going to try to have only one carb with a meal. And I was trying to do all that, and I just was not seeing anything moving. Even with the insulin, even upping my insulin to 15 units at night, because I was at 12. So throughout all of this, I'm messaging the doctor, and I'm like, hey, this is not working, like, and I messaged her. I let her know on Monday of, what is today? today's Monday. Monday of last week. I messaged her and let her know, like, this is, like, I tried it over the weekend. I tried it for the 3 days. And I messaged her and let her know, like, this isn't working. Like, my numbers are still really high and I'm really concerned about this. And I'm ranging between, like, 200 and 280 after meals. And this is with me restricting carbs. And I'm going through the whole thing in the message. And usually they were very communicative. Like, I would get a phone call right away. Or, like, by the end of the day, I would get an answer. I didn't get an answer for 5 days, and at that point, I was just, it was Friday, about 20 minutes before they closed when she finally called me, but on the Thursday, I had gone in and just switched my doctor to a different doctor, one that's closer to my house, and one that my son has gone and seen, and I liked her, so I was like, I'm just gonna try her, because, and it's not that I think I'm the only patient in a practice. It's not that. Because Nick has seen this doctor too, and I'm like, what should I do? And we were just both of the idea that this facility that I was going to, that I have now switched from, the one that didn't answer for 4 days, I had an appointment at 2:30, I think, and Nick had an appointment at 3. He was supposed to be right after me. I did not even get into the room to see the doctor until almost 4, and there was nobody else in the waiting room. Nobody was coming out. Like, and then I'm in there, and Nick got put in. How long were you sitting? You were still sitting out there for like half an hour, weren't you?
Yeah.
And then he's sitting out there for half an hour by himself. He gets put in a room. She's like, okay, you can go. I go. And then, I'm sitting in the car on the phone because I'm so upset because she's put me on insulin. And yeah, that was my first initial reaction, was I was upset. And I was talking to my friend. I'm on the phone with my friend for an hour and a half. And Nick is the last appointment of the day. And I was on the phone for an hour and a half with my friend because I was waiting for Nick. And I finally texted him and I'm like, dude, you need to just like go out and be like, what is going on? Or like, just, hey, is everything okay? They forgot about him. So anyway, but you know, that's neither here nor there, but it was just one of those things where the facility just made you wait forever. And like I said, it's not because I feel like my time's more valuable than anybody else's. Like, I understand if emergencies happen, but it wasn't like a fiasco in there. It wasn't like there was a lot of other patients. It really just was, I don't know what she was doing between appointments. So after all that, and then not getting the answer and not getting some support on a type 2 diabetic who's on a new medication and needs support, I decided I was going to go with a different facility, which I will be seeing them on the 23rd. And I'll give you guys an update on that. But I literally messaged them. I was like, please, remove my appointment because I am going to be going to a different physician per my insurance. I didn't want to get into it with them really. So she calls me on Friday and she leaves a message because I wasn't by the phone. And she goes, just take 15 units before bed and your after food numbers, which are between 200 and 280, are fine. And just take your insulin before bed and you should be fine. And I'll see you on the 17th. I'll just put you in for the 17th. And I'm like, I'm already seeing you on the 17th. But I'm like, okay, well, I was supposed to. And then shortly after that, I get home to see if, because she goes, I'll just fit you in on the 17th and then you'll see that appointment. Just go ahead and come in. So when I get home, I go to sign into my portal to see if I'm actually in there on the 17th, and they've disconnected me from the portal. So they must have got my message about changing doctors because they just disconnected me. I have no doctors on there to. So now I'm going to this new physician because I still, even now, my fasting numbers are 180, which is a lot better than the 200s, but it's too high for my liking. And it's just been a roller coaster the last few days, like upset, crying, don't know what to do. You know what I mean? It's scary because I want to get it under control. And any other time that I had tried to, like, I'm restricting my dieting, like I'm trying to eat Like today I had a salad for lunch and I added a bunch of other vegetables to it, like mini peppers and celery and what else did I add? Carrots and cheese and stuff that's low carb, but I want it to be like a big full bowl of vegetables, like very colorful plates. And I'm trying to do that and like have extremely low carb items like when I do eat. And I used to do that and I would be like, no problem, your numbers are great. But right now I'm really struggling with that. So what does that mean for the channel going forward? I am going to be doing, once I figure out how to upload all this stuff, because I got a new phone and I think it's going to be higher quality. But I also have a newer computer, so we should be good. Once I figure out how to edit and all that stuff, which I know how to do, but you know what I'm trying to say. I am going to hopefully be doing vlogs once a week. Like I said, I want to bring back the podcast for every other week. The vlogs will be mostly focused on like me, my life, my medical stuff. I'm slowly trying to finish up the room. As you guys can see, I've got some stuff. I moved some stuff around here, and then I have this new shelf over here. I don't know if you can see it right here that I put up. It's got really cool lights on it, and like I'm trying to redo stuff, make it nicer. So, you know, but yeah, that is what's been going on with me. Nick is still doing really well. He's got a doctor's appointment coming up, but we are gonna do good. We're gonna come back. We're gonna be better than ever. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have not done so already, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys. Nick's hand puppet will see you in the next video. Bye, guys!